Hi, welcome to Fpv.is.awesome. In this post I'm going to be showing you some of the optional accessories you can buy for the Hubsan X4 H501s. There's quite a few of them out there, along with a couple of the mods I've done to the model I've got. To start off with, I would recommend you buying this real ACC backpack. It's a hard shell backpack and it is custom made for the H501s. As you can see, it's quite rigid, and it is, as I said, custom built. Inside it has pre-cut foam with lots of storage space for all your accessories. Off the top you've got a strap that keeps everything nice and tight and secure when the backpack's moving around. Something I do like very much about this backpack is it allows you to pack the quad away with the propellers still attached. I think most custom built backpacks still require you to remove the props every time you pack it away. This one you don't need to, so it saves a bit of time. Got FPV1 transmitter down here, nice and secure. So plenty of room in this for lots of other stuff as well. Spaces for batteries, lipos, and various other bits of kit as well. So lots of storage areas here. Moving on to some of the accessories you can buy for this quad. This is a parallel cable. These have an unusual battery connector on the lipos, EC2. Quite difficult to source batteries with EC2 connectors on them already. You can solder on a different connector, such as an XT60, whatever, but something I found was this parallel cable, very useful. Basically, instead of having your single battery inside the quad, you can tape a second battery underneath the quad, just like that, probably just tape or Velcro, and you then have still 7.4 volt 2-cell LiPo, but a 54 milliamp hour LiPo effectively. And I've got about 35 minutes flight time continuous using this mod. Worth investing in. Bought this off GearBest for about £3, so worth doing on that one, I think. Moving on to the transmitter, you can see I've got sunshade. Worth investing in again. Same price, £3 I think. This time I've Banggood and spring loaded. Sides come up. Has the advantage of obviously not only protecting the glare from the sun, making it easier to see the screen, but when it's packed away, acts as an anti-scratch thing for the screen, so you're not going to get any issues or any marks coming off the screen as well, which would piss me off if the screen did get scratched. So this was Banggood, very cheap as well. All I did was Velcro top and bottom, and the same on the reverse of the sunshade. It just sticks on like that and just blocks out all the glare from the sun. Even in low light, it makes a big difference as well. Spring loaded, the side just pop up like that. Very easy to do, very effective, worth doing, I think. Most popular mod I've seen so far for this quad is the LiPo battery for the transmitter. As stock, you're supposed to use 4 AA batteries. This just chews right through them. This consumes a lot of power, this FPV1 transmitter, purely because it's got a screen to power along with GPS. Yeah, it just chews through them. I put in 4 batteries, and within about 30 seconds the screen was showing low battery power. So I would recommend definitely do the battery LiPo mod. Very easy to do. All you do is solder in a JST cable. You can either solder it onto the circuit board itself to the terminals, or do what I've done, which is solder it onto the terminals on the battery tray instead. This gives you the flexibility. If you do forget to take out LiPo batteries for the transmitter, you can just go into a shop and buy, still use the AA battery slot, just buy some temporary replacements. You know, it'll probably cost you a fortune to run it for 20 minutes. Definitely worth doing battery life mods, even if you don't do any of the mods. Do this one. I get probably a good 2 hours flight time off one LiPo battery. Just putting that in there. So it's definitely worth doing. This is a 2-cell, 1000 milliamp hour LiPo. So I get around 2 hours flight time on a single charge. So definitely worth doing. And see, just Velcro on the battery, Velcro on the back of the transmitter, sticks on, nice and secure. It will not come off unless you pull it. Probably the second most popular mod for the H501s is the range antennas. As stock, you have about 300 meters. That is the range I found when the FPV starts to lose signal, so the screen goes a bit scratchy and then drops out altogether. It's about 300 meters I found before I did the mod. The control, I haven't actually used it to find the full range for the standard aerial, the antenna, purely because, as I said, the FPV dropped out, didn't feel confident carrying on flying it. So what this is 2 IPEX cables, and there's no soldering at all required for this. It basically clip on to the circuit board inside, and it's very easy to do. You can do it in half an hour, and you drill a hole on either side. In fact, it actually has holes, or what looks like sections all ready to be cut out. So this is potentially, on a more updated models, this may be something Hubsan may do themselves, is to put antennas outside the control. I don't see any other reason why they would have these cut out sections already here. So I've gone for a 14 decibel patch antenna for the FPV, 5.8 gigahertz. I think you get more range with one of these above a cloverleaf antenna, and that simply screws on, just like that, and you bend that to always keep this panel facing the quadcopter for your best FPV reception. Now, this is my upgraded 2.4 gigahertz antenna. Slight overkill, I think. On the eBay page, this obviously didn't look this big. Now that it's here, it's a monster. So I think in the near future, I'm just going to downgrade. This is 7 decibel. I might just get a 5 decibel one, which will only come up to about there, I think. Just looks better. I think I'm a smaller antenna. This is a monster. Anyway, make sure the bow's nice, screwed on tight, just like that. Theoretical range over 1,000 meters. I haven't taken it to 1,000 yet. Most I've taken with this new range antenna mod is about 650. And that's about far enough for me at the moment. I'm sure soon I'll push that boundary, hopefully get over 1,000. Lots of other people on YouTube seem to have gone well over that distance, so we shall see what range I can get with all these additions. So, power on the transmitter, simply plug in to JST cable ends. Like that. Okay. Hold up the screen and power on. And we should get the FPV footage. There we go. Everything quite about, as you can see. And even with the sunshade on, you can still see the GPS signal. You can see all the info, still completely clear. It's not blocking any of the important information you need to see on the screen. So yeah, worth doing. This one's definitely worth doing above all else. If you don't want to do any of the mods, do the LiPo mod, definitely. Save a fortune in batteries. You may have noticed it's got 2 AV ports here. I don't really know what the one on the bottom's for, but the top one is for AV video out. So you can put it onto a monitor or FPV headset. Fat Sharks, for example, work brilliantly, although you probably don't need an AV cable for those, but other headsets with FPV with AV in, you can use a cable. This is it. This is just a simple AV cable you can buy from £1 or £2 from a high street shop, or even cheaper online. Simply plugs into the top one, and then there we go. Now, I use this if I've got someone else with me and they want to see the FPV footage. I use what's called an EasyCap device. So this is an AV signal converter. So this will plug into your smartphone. You've got a USB to go cable. Simply that plugs in like that. USB 3.0 end plugs into my Galaxy S5. Yellow bit plugs into the end of the AV cable, and there we have it. Whatever's on the screen, oh actually no, sorry, that's incorrect. You will get the FPV footage on the screen. You will not, however, get all the important OSD information. It will show up only the actual raw video footage. It will not overlay GPS signals, pitch, roll, etc. It will show battery life, but only for the quadcopter. It will not show battery life for the transmitter, and it will not show you your height or distance away from you. So bear that in mind if you are going to put this, put your phone inside a headset and use it for proper FPV flying with a headset. Bear in mind you will not know the distance it is away from you, or how much battery power you've got in your transmitter. So just bear that in mind, but great thing to have. I think just as an optional extra, gives you the true FPV experience. If you can use it with a headset, you can. This EasyCap device, I think it's about £5 off eBay, worth paying for really, if you want to use it for a proper FPV racer. In various videos on YouTube, you might have seen this quad in altitude hold mode. It is quick. You can probably get 30 miles an hour with little wind, and possibly even more than that. It is quick in altitude hold mode, so this potentially is good for FPV racing. Definitely, it's worth considering all these accessories. That is pretty much it, I think, for my tutorial on just the range of mods and accessories you can buy for this quadcopter. If you've got any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in, and I will respond as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. This is Fpv.is.awesome. Cheers.